Welcome back to Quickies with Angela and Caity.
I'm Angela Dawn of Authentic Heart Coaching. I'm a tantric sex coach and I help individuals and couples rewrite their sexual story.
And I'm Caity Wilkinson of Caity Coaches. I'm a sex, love, and relationship coach on a mission to help women and our partners create a better world through women's pleasure.
And speaking of pleasure, today's episode is for the men, specifically for the balls.
Yes, we are talking about testicle massage. It's real, it's powerful, and it's not just about sex. It's about self-care, confidence, energy, and that self-connection.
hmm And if you've ever participated in No Nut November, you know that this month gets a lot of attention when it comes to men and their relationship to their bodies. And we want to offer a little bit of a different take, one that's not about restriction or shame, but really about intentionality and presence.
Right. What if instead of avoiding pleasure, you used this month to tune into it, to build a relationship with your own power and your sensitivity? That's what this episode is all about. So let's talk about why we're even doing a whole episode on testicle massage. Because for a lot of people, this is something they've never been taught, let
Mhm.
alone encouraged to even explore.
Exactly. And when you actually look at the physical, emotional, and energetic benefits of testicle massage, like, wow, it's wild that we don't talk about this more often. Regular testicle massage supports better blood flow, more sensitivity and sensation, a stronger mind body connection, improved hormonal balance, and overall sexual vitality.
It's also a way for men to reconnect with their own pleasure and power without needing to perform or please or ejaculate. It's a form of self-care that's not about release, it's about presence.
hmm Yeah. And when it's practiced regularly, it can help men feel more grounded in their masculine energy. It's like tending to your own inner masculine fire every day. And I'll just say this is a practice that I personally love doing with my partner. Testicle massage is something I bring into our connection often, and it's part of what I teach in my erotic massage workshops. I also teach it to pretty much all of my male clients. Because when you know how to touch this part of your body or this part of someone's body with care and confidence, the intimacy deepens so fast.
If you're partnered, this can be a huge gift to your relationship too. The more connected you are with your own body, the more attuned and open you're able to be with your partner.
Yeah. And I also want to name that for some men, there's emotional or energetic healing that can be done in this area. So whether it's performance pressure, or trauma, or just like never thinking to include your balls in self touch. Maybe you feel a little disconnected from your sexuality. This practice invites a whole new story.
Right. It's a new story that says, my body deserves attention. I'm allowed to feel good here. This part of me is worth honoring.
Exactly. And that's like, so now that you know that this matters, okay, let's talk about exactly how to do it. There are a couple different versions of the practice that we'll walk you through so you can start small or go deep depending on what you want to do. Before we dive into the how to, um, I want to say, please use your best judgment and your best body wisdom. There is nothing in this episode that is intended to replace medical advice. If you have any concerns about your testicles, like if you're experiencing pain or swelling, if you have some kind of diagnosed condition of the groin, definitely check with your healthcare provider first.
And even if you're in perfect health, never force anything. This is about
Mhm.
sensation, not strain. If it hurts, stop. If it feels good, breathe into it.
Exactly. Yeah, your body knows what's right for you. You can listen to those cues. We're just here to help you reconnect with that knowing.
So, with that said, let's start the short version of the practice. This is something you can do in just a few minutes daily.
Right. There are a couple of ways to approach this as a daily practice, and you really can't do it wrong as long as you're listening to your body and not forcing anything. Um, so, we're going to start with this simple version. Caity, you're going to lead it, right? You're going to talk about the steps.
Oh,
Or am
yeah.
I?
And then you'll be covering the more extended version.
Perfect. That's what I thought. Go ahead.
So for the simple basic version, you'll want to start with bare skin and a skin-friendly unscented oil like coconut or jojoba or even almond. But do not use any essential oils down there, please. That's a no-no. So then
Hmm.
you're going to gently rub the oil all over the testicles and scrotum, maybe even down towards the perineum if that feels good for you. Then use the ball of your palm to roll over the testicles. You're massaging that area. You're not gripping, you're not tugging, just a steady grounding pleasure. You're going to do this for about 1 to 2 minutes. Then take a firm but comfortable grip on the scrotum and stretch it gently, pulling it in small circular movements.
Okay, so here's where I get to share a visual aid. If you're on YouTube, you can see that I have a Ziploc bag. I usually do clementines, but what I had on hand was kiwi fruit. So I've got two kiwi fruit in a Ziploc bag. So we're going to pretend that the Ziploc bag is the scrotum and that these kiwi fruit are your testicles. And I just want to kind of show what does it look like to roll the ball of your palm over the testicles, right? So it might look a little bit like this. You might also really softly do it with your fingers rather than the palm. You might also support the testicles with one hand and then use the other palm. Okay, so there's a lot of different ways to approach the testicle massage. When we're talking about the firm but comfortable grip, that's when you are sort of grabbing yourself at the top above the testicles on the scrotum, and you're just stretching gently. And you can pull in small circular movements. So you're not like grabbing your balls, you're actually taking that tissue that's above the balls. Did that help? Did that visual help, Caity, you think?
Oh, I think that's great. I love
Okay.
you brought your balls to this presentation.
I did. Yeah. Like I said, I usually use clementines, but I was like, kiwi fruit, that'll work.
Love a good visual
Um,
learning demonstration here.
yeah. So the practice that Caity just described with the massaging and the gentle pull of the scrotum, that's enough to build awareness and sensitivity in the area. And it feels really good, especially if you're not rushing it. A lot of my clients enjoy doing this practice in the shower. You don't have to worry about the oil if you're a little bit soaped up. You already have a slidey palm. So I advocate for doing it daily in the shower. If you want to take the practice further, there's a version with more depth and structure. It's great as a morning ritual. It's great as part of your sexual energy work if that's something you do. Again, you're going to start with oil. You're going to rub it over the testicles and back toward the perineum. You're going to use your thumb and forefinger to massage one testicle at a time in a circular motion. So I'm going to get out my
Your balls back.
visual. Again, my balls are back right here. So you're just going to rub in a circular motion and switch to the other side. You're going to stretch the scrotum as we talked about before, pulling it forward and then in small circles in each direction. And you're going to stroke upward from the pelvic floor along the ligament that runs behind the testicles. Oh, look at that. That really works on the screen. Look at that. This is
That's
my gooch.
perfect.
This is my wrist gooch. I had no idea. Okay. So you can stroke right behind your testicles like this, right? Stroke upward from the pelvic floor along the ligament that runs behind the testicles up toward the abdomen. Okay. You could also add penis stretches to this if you wanted, which is just gently pulling outward and then to each side and up and down. This is firm but not forceful. It's also a beautiful idea to wind this up by massaging the groin on both sides. So you can use your palm to press all over the testicle and the opposite thighs, or you can use your fingers gently rubbing in a circular motion. Massaging the groin is so good, especially if you are like a distance cycler, right? If you are on a bike a lot, I highly advocate taking that time and massaging your groin to kind of like loosen up everything behind the testicles and around the testicles. To close out your practice, I want to invite you to look in the mirror, take a breath, and choose three emotional states you want to anchor your body in for that day. So maybe you want to anchor in confidence, in calm, in love, or in power. So at the end of your massage, you can just look at yourself and take a breath and share with yourself those three things that you want to take with you through your day and really just feel them in your body and let that energy settle in.
That last part is so important because you're not just doing a physical technique, you're telling your body here what kind of man you're choosing to be that day.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, whether you're brand new to this or maybe you've done some version of testicle massage before, we really want to invite you to try this for yourself.
Absolutely. Like set aside a few minutes, in the shower, right after a shower, last thing before bed, and approach it with curiosity, not pressure.
Remember, this isn't about trying to do it right. It's about reconnecting with this part of your body with presence and care.
And if you're in partnership, you could absolutely explore this with your lover too. You might be surprised how intimate and connective it is to receive or give this kind of touch without rushing to orgasm, without it necessarily being a part of sex, right? Like I love touching my partner's balls, and he knows, and I know that if I'm touching his balls, that doesn't mean we're going to have sex, right? That is just a way that we might connect with each other if we happen to be hanging out naked.
So, if you're listening and thinking, I'm not sure how I feel about this, that's okay too. Just notice what comes up because that's part of the healing.
Absolutely. If anything gets stirred up emotionally or energetically, that's super normal. A lot of people carry stress, shame, or tension in this area. And that's part of why the practice is so powerful. This area of the body is often avoided by men's partners, right? Because you're worried about hurting them, right? You think of the balls as being so sensitive, but if you approach them in this gentle but firm way that Caity and I have been talking about, you might be surprised at how much pleasure you find.
So go slowly, stay open. Let this be something that you come back to again and again until your body learns that this kind of touch is safe and even sacred. And the same for your partner learning that this kind of touch is also safe and sacred for you.
Absolutely. We hope that today's episode gave you a new way to relate to your own pleasure if you're a man, and your own power.
And whether you're single or you're partnered or you're multi-partnered, these kinds of practices can bring so much more sensitivity and groundedness to your intimacy, as well as boosting confidence in your daily life.
And if this stirred something in you and you're ready to explore your own erotic healing or masculine energy in a deeper way, you can always book a session with me and learn more about your connection to this area of the body.
And if you're partnered and you want to explore how to give a sacred vulva touch, don't forget about our Pussy Whispering online courses for couples. You can find them at pwclass.com.
And if you're partnered and you're listening to this in real time, I have an incredible opportunity coming up for couples. My next couples retreat is called Primal Love, and it's happening March 9th through 14th. 2026 is for couples who want to deepen their intimacy and really connect to authenticity together, connecting to that truth of your love. So reach out to me directly if you want to be considered for one of three spots that are available.
And Angela, you've got one more special announcement to share, don't you?
I do. I'm thrilled to share that I've got a book coming out early next year. It's tentatively going to be called Gateway to Sexual Mastery for Men. It's been such a labor of love. I'm still working on it. I'm really excited about the edits that are happening now and the really qualified folks that are reviewing it for me. It is packed with the most transformative tools I've been teaching for years, and it's all in one place. This is the method that I use to help men improve their sex lives. And I'll be sharing more soon, but I'm so excited to say it out loud. I'm writing a book. It's almost finished.
It's exciting. I did get to preview a little bit of it too and absolutely loved it. So you heard it here first, folks. This is coming down the runway.
Uh, So thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Quickies with Angela and Caity, and we'll see you next time. But heads up, we've got a bonus episode coming your way, November 15th, all about gooning. You're not going to want to miss that one.